as a child who was shot at for being a minority. I stand with you as a child who escaped that war, where my mother had to hide us and smuggle her children under the cover of dark to leave that country where minorities continue to be attacked and targeted and oppressed. So sisters and brothers, we stand together. We stand together to fight oppression. We stand together to fight hatred. We stand together to fight racism and Islamophobia and just fight hatred. A government should not be one that treats its citizens differently. All citizens of a country should be treated as equals. All children of the land should be treated as equals. And we are standing here as sisters and brothers in solidarity with our brethren back home who are being, I don't like some of the strong words, but who are being slaughtered. Minorities in Sri Lanka have been slaughtered for too long. Whether it's the broad brush of Tamils or the little bit narrower brush of Muslims or the narrower brush of Christians, whatever it might be, whatever the brush that is used today, that brush should not be used. That brush of hatred and the brush that's used to kill should not be used. I had some notes of stuff I wanted to read, and I know some of you might have read the statement that I issued right after the most recent wave of attacks happened in the Muslim community. And I went and I looked at the Sri Lankan constitution just to read what it says, and wanted to know, because ever since I was born, this hatred and discrimination and oppression took place on that island country. So I went and decided I was going to go read the Constitution to find out if it's actually in the Constitution that you should be discriminating against its own people. And the Sri Lankan Constitution states in Chapter 3, Fundamental Rights, and I'm going to read to you, it's not long, 12.1, all persons are equal before the law and are entitled to the equal protection of the law. Subsection 2, no citizen shall be discriminated against on the grounds of race, religion, language, caste, sex, political opinion, place of birth, or any one of such grounds, end quote. That's what the Constitution says in this country. Yet, that is not what is happening in that island country. Sri Lanka needs to learn to respect its people, respect its own values, and respect its own constitution, and stop the killings, stop the attacks, stop the, I see one word over and over and over, and I'm going to say it, stop the extremist behavior that we're seeing in Sri Lanka. And I see these young children here, so thank you to all of your parents who brought you. Do you guys know why you're here? Come talk, come. Come. Why are you here today? Turn around and tell everybody.
I'm here because the Sri Lankans, Buddhists, are attacking the Muslims in Sri Lanka. And we're doing a protest to stop that.
Do you think that's fair?
No, it's not fair.
Why are you here?
I'm here to help stop the violence in Sri Lanka.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yusuf.
This is Yusuf. And how old are you, Yusuf?
9.
This 9-year-old boy, Yusuf, 9. He knows that what should and should not be happening in Sri Lanka. He knows. This 9-year-old child, you know, blessings, praise to your mother and your father who raised you well to know that. This 9-year-old boy knows that Muslims should not be attacked and killed in Sri Lanka. And I'm sure this 9-year-old boy and that 5-year-old boy and this 8-year-old boy or 12-year-old girl will know that no government should be attacking any of its own citizens. Yet that is what we're seeing in this country. So that must stop. And sisters and brothers, we stand together as sisters and brothers in solidarity. And I stand before you also as a member of parliament. As it happens, Canada's only member of parliament who was born in that island country. And I promise you, we will continue to work together. We will continue to make sure that more people in this country know of the atrocities that continue to happen on the island country called Sri Lanka. We will continue to work. And I know that my colleague Craig Scott, who had to run to take an airplane, he just spoke, and I think he mentioned about Mr. Bennett. He did, the ambassador for religious freedom. We will be getting in touch with him. Craig Scott and I, we will be getting in touch. You know that the New Democrats have been at the front of the race. If we say there is no race, we've been standing with people who are suppressed and oppressed all around the world. We've been defenders of human rights, and this is not just about today, it's the Muslims in Sri Lanka. We need to stand together as global citizens, stand together to fight for human rights. Because as one great man said before me, that an injustice to one is an injustice to all. I know I've probably taken more time than I was allotted, and I apologize to our organizers. But if I may, I'd like to say a few words in Tamil as well. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I don't leave anybody out. உங்களோட நான் இங்கு பாராளுமன்ற உறுப்பினரா மட்டும் கலந்து கொள்ள இல்லை, உங்களுடைய சகோதரியா தான் கலந்து கொள்ள விரும்புகிறேன். கனடாவில் நாங்கள் இந்த ஸ்ரீலங்கா என்னும் நாட்டிலிருந்து நாங்கள் வெளியேறி வந்த பலர், இங்க இருக்கிற பலர், நாங்கள் அந்த நாட்டிலிருந்து போரின் காரணத்தால் வெளியேறி வந்த பிறகும் அந்த நாட்டில் தொடர்ந்து வாழும் எங்களுடைய சகோதர சகோதரிகளுக்கு ஒரு விடிவு வரும் என்ற நம்பிக்கையோடு தான் நாங்கள் எல்லோரும் இங்க வெளியில வந்திருக்கிறோம். எந்த முறையில் என்றாலும் எங்களுடைய சகோதரர்களுக்கு